Yeah, Raul, I said the meat lovers pizza. No, I said meat lovers. Can you just go back and return it and get the meat lovers? Oh, hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to Crazy Sports. I am your host, Dave. I am joined by the one, the only Jordan. Angus, Jordan, what is up?
Not much, man. The meat lovers. You get extra sausage on your pizza, or what's going on with that?
You know I'm all about the sausage, man. You know
Yeah,
me.
I knew it. I knew it. Extra salty.
Absolutely. So this is Crazy Sports. So this is something that is going. It's a new venture for us. We're both comedians. We both love sports. So we thought this is a great way for us to combine our love of comedy and our love of sports. So, Jordan, what can they expect to hear or see from us on this Crazy Sports podcast?
I think our honest opinion on some wacky stuff that's going around in different leagues, different sports venues. I think you even got some stuff that you're going to show people that people don't realize is a sport, and just getting our input on that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Like we're going to cover everything from A to Z.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about the lighter side of sports, the fun side of sports, and most of all, we're going to try and entertain you, which is
yep,
really our goal.
yep.
Well, first of all, let's start with the Super Bowl. I mean, Super Bowl happened about a week and a half ago. We're not going to break down the game itself, but we're going to talk about some things that happened around the game. So, more specifically, something happened in the first half between our
Yep.
good buddy Travis Kelsey and Andy Reid.
I think that was the
Uh,
most entertaining part of the whole first half too. Like that was a snooze fest.
yeah, it was big time, big time. So, I mean, I'm an old school guy. Like I played sports, at different levels, different sports, and for me to see that, my first instinct was, what the hell is he doing? If I was the coach, I would have sent
Oh
him
my
to the room.
god.
Obviously, you can't do that. It's a Super Bowl, and he is Travis Kelsey. But I mean, my first instinct is, pull him aside at halftime and just tear a strip off him and say, "Don't ever do that to me again, ever in
Which I
public, man."
I hope Andy Reid did that. Andy Reid's a classy guy, and here's a response after the fact because there's cameras everywhere. Everybody saw this incident, and the way he handled it, even at the post conference like talk with the reporters, was just stand up. Like he understands. I think he minimized the situation. A lot of people all over TikTok and the internet complaining about it. You have the photo of the incident we're talking about here.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want me to bring it up?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Also, okay, let's see here. We got, yeah. So here's Travis Kelsey going at Andy Reid. Of course, he bumped him and almost knocked him off his feet.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that's not excusable, man. Like, just
Agreed, man.
chill out. Now, I don't know about you, but everybody sees this, and I don't know if you have the same opinion. It was right away. Oh, he did this on the field in front of millions and millions of viewers. What is he doing behind closed doors? And I just have to say, I'm not worried about what he's doing behind closed doors. Taylor Swift is a strong, independent woman. I think that the roles are completely reversed in the situation. If they're at home, I think like she's gonna yell at his face. Like I think we have a a little clip of what happens behind closed doors with them. Do we not?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you got
Yeah.
this. I don't know how you got this photo. I honestly don't know how you got it, but you got it's friggin' amazing. So I'm just gonna pull us off the screen here, and I'm gonna bring up this picture that you actually uncovered this picture. So here it comes. So I mean, there it is, right there. We saw. Wow. How
Travis.
did you get that picture, man?
I can release my sources.
Wow, that was Taylor Swift
That was
absolutely
Taylor's
tearing a
version.
strip off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Taylor's version of domestic
amazing.
violence. God.
She's big, man. She's put on
She was
some
jacked.
bulk.
Good for it's
Yeah,
bulk
she's
up
been
season. Good
working
for
out.
you, Taylor. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
This is
But
just
you know what?
crazy.
You're not the only one with a source, man. I have intrepid reporters all over the world, and
Yeah.
believe it or not, Jordan, I got somebody who got exclusive footage of what happened at halftime with Andy Reid and Travis Kelsey. Do you want to see it?
I do, yeah.
All right, here it is. It's never before seen footage. No one on the earth has seen this yet. So let's bring up Travis Kelce and Andy Reid at halftime. What the hell?
That
Which
see, that's what I expect from Andy Reid. You know, giving it to Travis. You don't talk to me like that, buddy. You're gonna go night night.
So your impressions of the game, not just the game itself, but the overall like production, halftime show, everything that really surrounded the game. Your overall thoughts, man.
First half, bored, snooze fest, complete. Just couldn't keep any attention onto the game. And I'm a huge football fanatic, and it was, oh my gosh. And then halftime we had Usher. Okay, I just want to say I won that bet on FanDuel if he was going to take his shirt off. Obviously, he was going to. The outfit changes were ridiculous. I think somebody got hurt with the rollerblades. Did you hear about that? She said she knew how to rollerblade and she like fell off and hurt herself. Like just completely like that's how you lie on your resume, you know?
What genius thought? Let's put rollerblades into this equation.
Yeah, but it was, you know what? It wasn't that bad. I mean, we've seen a lot worse halftime shows, and you know, I think it was definitely maybe top 10, maybe top 10.
Yeah, I mean it was okay. I mean, my favorite of all time was the when the Red Hot Chili Peppers played, and Bruno Mars was also part of that show. I thought that was fantastic. But I mean, overall, it was pretty good in terms of production value. But let me ask you this, Jordan. Let me ask you this because the game went to overtime, and that was, I mean, captivating TV.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts of the San Francisco 49er players? Some of them claim that they didn't know the rules of overtime. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Is that a coaching issue or is that the players' issue?
I think that's both, honestly. You're playing at this level, you should know this, right? Like all cards off the table. You are in the championship game. You need to know what you're doing. You could tell by Patrick Mahomes' face when they did the coin toss in overtime. He was completely flabbergasted that they wanted to receive the ball first. Like you don't give Patrick Mahomes the ball second time around. You like, what are you doing? And I think that's a coaching issue. I think that's a player issue. Like somebody had to know what was going on. And I think Shanahan, they just fired their defensive coordinator, I believe it was.
Yeah.
I think he should be next to boot here. As much as, you know, he did a phenomenal job in the regular season for several years. You're not getting it done when it counts and you have a solid team.
Well, first of all, let's start with the Super Bowl. I mean, Super Bowl happened about a week and a half ago. We're not going to break down the game itself, but we're going to talk about some things that happened around the game. So, more specifically, something happened in the first half between our good buddy Travis Kelce and Andy Reid.
I think that was the most entertaining part of the whole first half, too. Like, that was a snooze fest.
Yeah, it was big time. Big time. So, I mean, you know, I'm an old school guy. Like I played sports, you know, at different levels, different sports, and you know, for me to see that, my first instinct was, what the hell is he doing? If I was the coach, I would have sent him to the room. Obviously, you can't do that. It's a Super Bowl, and he is Travis Kelce. But I mean, my first instinct is, you know, pull him aside at halftime and just tear a strip off him and say, "Don't ever do that to me again, ever in public, man."
I hope Andy Reid did that. Andy Reid's a classy guy, you know, and here's a response after the fact because, you know, there's cameras everywhere. Everybody saw this incident. And the way he handled it, even at the post-conference like talk with the reporters, was just stand up, you know, like he understands. I think he minimized the situation. A lot of people all over TikTok and the internet complaining about it. You have the photo of the incident we're talking about here?
Yeah. Do you want me to bring it up?
Yeah.
All right. I'll show. Okay. Let's see here. We got. Yeah. So here's Travis Kelce going at Andy Reid. Of course, he bumped him and almost knocked him off his feet.
Yeah. It's just that's not excusable, man. Like,
agreed, man.
Chill out. Now, I don't know about you, but everybody sees this, and I don't know if you have the same opinion. it was right away, oh, he did this on the field in front of millions and millions of viewers. What is he doing behind closed doors? And I just have to say, I'm not worried about what he's doing behind closed doors. Taylor Swift is a strong, independent woman. I think that the roles are completely reversed in the situation. If they're at home, I think like she's gonna yell at his face. Like I think we have a a little clip of what happens behind closed doors with them. Do we not?
Yeah. Actually, you got
Yeah.
this. I don't know how you got this photo. I honestly don't know how you got it, but you got it's friggin' amazing. So I'm just gonna pull us off the screen here, and I'm gonna bring up this picture that you actually uncovered this picture. So here it comes. So I mean, there it is, right there. We saw. Wow. How
Travis.
did you get that picture, man?
I can release my sources.
Wow, that was Taylor Swift.
That was
Absolutely
Taylor's
tearing the
version.
strip off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Taylor's version of domestic
amazing.
violence. God.
She's big, man. She's put on
She
some
was jacked.
bulk.
Good for it's
Yeah,
bulk
she's
up
been
season.
working
Good for
out.
you, Taylor. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
It was
But
just
you know what?
crazy.
You're not the only one with a source, man. I have intrepid reporters all over the world, and
Yeah.
believe it or not, Jordan, I got somebody who got exclusive footage of what happened at halftime with Andy Reid and Travis Kelsey. Do you want to see it?
I do, yeah.
All right, here it is. It's never before seen footage. No one on the earth has seen this yet. So let's bring up Travis Kelsey and Andy Reid at halftime.
Darkness taking over all the souls, the look of terror on the face.
What the hell?
That
Which
see,
one?
that's what I expect from Andy Reid. Giving it to Travis. You don't talk to me like that, buddy. You're gonna go night night.
So, all right. So where do you want to go next? Ridley Grieg. We had the
Let's talk
Leafs
about
and the
let's talk about
Sens.
Leaf Sens, man. Let's talk about Leaf Sens. Morgan Riley's still serving. I think it's what game 3 of his 5-game suspension.
Yeah.
And
So for those that don't know, Ridley Grieg, the Sens and the Leafs were playing a game at the in Ottawa. 80% of the fans were Leaf fans, and this really pissed off Ridley Grieg. So just to rub it in their face and give the fans like a big FU on an empty net goal to make it 5-3. He took a slap shot from about 3 feet out. Uh, Ticked off Morgan Riley, who was on the ice, who cross-checked him in the face and faces 5 games on the sidelines. So
it,
yeah, your thoughts about this incident? It was crazy.
I just gotta say, okay, so I was at Barley Mo with some friends and my girlfriend for this game. She's a Leafs fan. I'm a Sens fan, and I swear somebody yelled at the bar before he took that ripper. Like he hadn't even passed the blue line yet, and they yelled, "Take a slap shot!" And
No
sure
way.
enough, he winds that sucker up, and just it was gold, gold.
It's,
Did it?
it,
Did it need a response? I mean, absolutely. If the Leafs didn't react to that, they're gonna get just torn apart for having no heart, no emotions. Like, I think the reaction from Morgan Riley wasn't the right reaction. I think he needed to drop the gloves. You're gonna be ticked off, drop the gloves. That's what would happen back when when I first started watching hockey. You would have had guys jumping on him. Sure, the cross check in this day and age, it could have been a whole lot worse than what happened. And I think I can razz on the Leafs all day, but Morgan Riley isn't that type of player who's going to intentionally try to end somebody's career, but he wasn't thinking at that moment. That was a really dumb, stupid play. Like,
agreed.
drop the gloves, man.
Agreed. And you're right. He had to do something. He
Had
had
to.
to respond. But what really got me was I listened to Toronto media that later that night and the rest, like the whole next day, and
Oh,
they were just
God.
going on and on, ripping Greg, basically saying, who is this guy? He's been in the league for 40 some odd games. He's just trying to establish himself. And nobody was talking about what Morgan Riley did. They were all
Nope.
ripping on Greg, saying it was classless and, just a Bush League move. But you know what? A goal is a goal, man. And if you don't want that to happen to your team, then you know what? don't be in a position where you have to pull the friggin' goalie.
Well, and that's the thing, right? You're in our barn, okay? And that's a sad thing. You're in our barn, and it's filled with Leaf fans. Sens fans need to do better, okay? First off, the fact that it's $200 a ticket for nosebleeds is absolutely insane. But then when you have this, the whole stadium is filled with Leaf fans, okay? So, yeah, I get it. The kid's young. He's fed up. As a Sens fan watching from a bar, I'm fed up of hearing "Go Leafs Go" when you're in Ottawa. I get it. You guys were around a whole lot longer, but it's a little ridiculous, okay? And you can't even beat us. They lost to us 3 times this year. We're a bottom team. We are not good. It's the only thing Ottawa had going for us. You got a young kid who's trying to make something happen. He's going to be a pest. He's going to drive people nuts. You're going to hate him. I mean, and he did it with that play. You think the next year when they come and play us, they're going to be looking for this kid over this. So I think it was good for Ottawa. I think it kind of builds that Battle of Ontario from the early 2000s. It's something I've been desperately wanting as much as, I love, Raz and Leaf fans and the Leafs team. I miss the old Battle of Ontario. When we were good, they sucked. When they were good, we sucked. I miss the old competitive end from both teams. And I think that's what we're going to see next year.
Agreed. And, I'd love to see him. I mean, I love the player. I love Greg, and I love what he did. I absolutely loved it. And, if I'm honest, if the Leafs do that to Ottawa, I'm not going to rip them. I think it's a ballsy move, and I love what he did. It's like a big F you to all the Leaf fans. If you don't like it, man, don't come to the games. Like, screw you. You guys suck in the playoffs. You can't get over the hump. You win one series, it's like you win the Stanley Cup, and you can't beat Ottawa, and you friggin' cry like whiners about a slap shot, empty net goal that means nothing by.
And that's the thing, right? Like, Ottawa's a team you need to beat. Like, we suck. You need to beat us. It just, to me, it didn't make sense that you're gonna have a fit over this. If this happened to a Leaf player, they would be all up in arms. Like if they took a slapper in our net and one of our guys like Brady cross-checks, let's say Michael Nyes in the face, it would have been, off with his head. But with them, they're like, oh, it was appropriate response, and 5 games is ridiculous. Like, come on.
Yeah, and I love to watch the meltdown of the Toronto media. I love it. It's like, suck it up, get over it, man. Just suck it up. And you know what? We actually got again, my intrepid reporters. They somehow got footage of Ridley Grieg explaining why he did what he did. It's a very short clip, so you got to really pay attention. So I'll bring us off and I'll play it in a second.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
I think that's an appropriate response. I didn't think that Ridley Grieg was tanned that much, but I guess he is.
I guess he went to Florida with Brady and Matthew, huh?
Oh, yeah. I don't know why he's wearing that mock either. It looks like he's working at Home Depot or something. But
I mean, he plays in Ottawa, Canada. The dollar here doesn't go very far, so he's got to pick up an extra job, right? It's tough times out there.
Exactly.
I mean, you got William Nylander taking the TTC. That $11.5 million is not enough to buy a car.
Yeah, exactly. But I say good for Ridley Grieg. Screw the Leafs. If you don't like it, tough, man.
Drop the gloves, man. Don't cross it. I think the whole fact that he's appealing is a 5-game suspension. You're on game 3 now, man. Just take it like a man. Do your 5 games. Come back and bring that same energy, that same kind of heat that you had from that moment into a playoff push. They need that. I'm sick and tired of seeing American teams winning the cup year after year. I honestly, as a Sens fan, I don't really give a crap if the Leafs win. They need something. It's sad at this point. It's disappointing.
Yeah. So you hear that, Leaf Nation? Like, get it together and friggin' perform in the playoffs, man. You're all good to get like 50 wins in the regular season. Let's see you do it in the playoffs, man.
You got 2 years, in my opinion. You got 2 years with this core 5 that you guys have going on. You need to have some kind of playoff success.
Agreed. And I think if they don't do it this year, I think you're going to see some major changes.
Yeah.
With that said, let's move on. You want to talk about the WWE, formerly
I
WWF?
I do, yeah. Formerly WWF. It's a freaking shit show, I'm gonna say. If you know what's
Yeah,
going on, you
nice choice
understand.
of words.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I know you don't follow it too much anymore. I try to every once in a while, but it's gotten a little weird. Let's be honest. It's not like way back when you were watching the '90s, the Attitude Era. It's you still there?
Yeah, I just put you in solo layout, so
Oh, okay. I see. I saw my face. I was like, oh, God, that's what I look like.
no, I'm just playing around with it. So, like
All
as you're
right.
telling the story, I'll put you in solo.
Okay. Yeah. So if
All right.
you don't know what's going on, I mean, Vince McMahon, he owns WWE. They just signed with Total Knockout Entertainment or whatever with the UFC to basically he was selling over as much as he could of his shares. But he had a lawsuit beforehand. He had stepped down, and I guess charges were dropped or he won his case. Blah blah blah. He comes back with like this evil Gomez Adams stash and dyed gray hair to black. And I want to say it lasted like a few months, and then all of a sudden he gets charged with sex trafficking. I don't know if you heard about the sex trafficking, but
I did.
it's messed up. It's like it's not. It's too bizarre that it seems like it has to be real. Like who makes that kind of crap up? And again, sorry for the choice of language here, but if you know what the issues have been rumored, it's a dirty situation. I mean,
Well, I mean, maybe do you want to get into that a little bit? Because I'm familiar with it, but I don't know from other than what you've told me about what he was actually doing.
yeah, apparently there was somebody who works for WWE, a woman who was promised, I guess, promotions and stuff like that if she's willing to commit sexual acts or whatever with certain wrestlers. One of the things that was going around was, I guess, Vince likes to have fun with feces, and he was crapping on his company, basically, and having guys like, well, we're gonna just say it, Brock Lesnar, John Laurinaitis, those kinds of guys coming in to basically be like a pig in shit. And yeah, with this poor woman, like it's a mess. Even if it's a rumor, you can't come back from that. Like that's just bad.
You know,
And
and that's something I never understood. Like these really rich, powerful guys, like you had the owner of the Patriots got caught up in some massage sexual scandal.
yeah, Robert
Like,
Kraft, yeah.
do these guys just get bored, or like what's the deal? You don't have to get involved in that stuff. If you want to have sex with someone else, you have enough power that you never would have to pay for it. It would present itself. Like, is this a power thing? Are these people just sick in the head? Like, what's the deal, man?
I don't get it. I think we're like in a day and an age now where things are just things that we didn't think was a thing. It's just coming out to light, like the whole Epstein Island crap. I I'm sorry, Vince is no better in this situation at all. He's if not, it's just he's in that same classification of these, like you said, rich, powerful white dudes who think that
Yeah.
the law can't touch them, and if they throw money at it, it's just gonna quiet itself. And I honestly I hope he gets charged. I hope he does time. And the fact that they've only named two other guys in the situation, you can't tell me that people didn't know about this. People knew about this, and
100%.
they're just not going to say anything. Like you're telling me, what's his name? Triple H, Paul Levesque didn't know that this was going on. Shane McMahon knew it was going on. That's why one of the reasons why he stepped away from the company. He didn't want to be involved in any of this kind of crap. Again, sorry for the choice of words, but it's true. Like I just wish somebody had taken the initiative and called him out a lot sooner than now. Like he's not going to be around for much longer, and now it comes to light. This should have come up a lot sooner. This is not. We have to change this kind of mentality in this kind of industry. If you have money, it's not okay. You're not above the law. It's still wrong. You know.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. It's a really weird situation, and it makes you wonder what else he's done that hasn't come to the surface yet.
Will we ever know? I don't know, but I'm sure he spent a lot of money on hush money, and I don't know how the IRS files that in their taxes. Is it charity work? Is it like a tax write-off? What? Like as
Don't know.
comedians, we can't even produce a show without the CRA on our butts. Like, oh, you made $5 off your show. We're gonna get some of that tax money here. John
Yep.
Tavares gets traded from the Islanders to Toronto, and Canada wants 38% of his signing bonus. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
telling me this guy gave somebody $5 million to take a crap on him, and nobody was like, hey, what'd you do with that $5 million? Like, come on.
Oh, there's so many ways you can go with this one, man. So many ways. I
Yeah.
guess it just went he flushed it down the toilet, I guess.
He flushed his career for sure down the toilet, but again, he's got 5 years max on this planet.
Yeah,
Ugh.
a really weird situation. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you will follow that one and give us updates on
Yeah.
this shitty situation.
Yeah, it's just God, you can't cover that up. I mean, it still smells, man. The whole situation smells.
Okay, I've counted about 9 puns that you've come up with, man. I could tell you're a comedian. You can tell you're a comedian.
They leave themselves open.
Oh.